What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my 3 essential travel cards. In my opinion, the only credit and debit cards you'll need for any travel experience. Now before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell so you never miss a video. Now let's get into it. So with the sheer number of credit and debit cards out there designed for travel, it can be quite a time-consuming and daunting process to look into all the different options out there for you and work out which is best for you to use whilst you are abroad. So I've tried to make it easier for you guys by breaking down my favourite travel cards, which should give you the best rates around with as little hassle as possible. So the cards I've picked today offer slightly different features from one another, because in my opinion there's no perfect product out there yet. But when using them all together, it should sort all of your travel needs and you shouldn't need anything else. Okay, so first on my list is Starling Bank. Starling is a mobile bank account which runs entirely through your phone, and it works much like a debit card or prepaid cash card. So you can either use it as your main bank account or simply deposit cash into it as you go, like a prepaid card. So the beauty of Starling is that it's completely free and has no annual fees. And there are lots of great features that it has which make it a really good bank account option. But if you want to know more about Starling against its competitors, I'll leave a link down below to my comparison video of the top mobile banks. So as I said, Starling is really easy to use and it runs entirely through their app, which is quite intuitive, and it makes keeping track of your spending really easy to do, as you get real-time spending alerts as well. So what makes Starling so good for travel is that there are no fees when using it abroad, so you can withdraw as much money as you like from an ATM and spend as much as you like, and you're never going to get charged any additional fee for using it when you're abroad. All you'll get charged is the local exchange rate at that time. So it basically means you'll be getting the best rates out there with a card that's really easy to use. Now as I said, there are a number of different mobile banks out there, but at the time of this recording, nothing beats Starling's 0 fees when using it abroad, as the others all charge a fee after you've spent or withdrawn a certain amount of money. So Starling is going to be the perfect cash card for using when you're abroad if you have the liquid cash available. And if you do unfortunately lose your card when you are away, you can simply freeze the card and stop it from working through the app. Okay, so that's our cash card sorted. Now we move on to my top credit card. So this will be ideal for the person that likes to spend on a credit card by giving them an added layer of consumer protection which comes with the nature of using a credit card over a debit card. And it's also a good option if you maybe don't have as much liquid cash available. But I can't stress enough how important it is to pay off a credit card every single month, and don't ever use it as an excuse to overspend, as any missed payments will cause you to be charged through the roof and it will damage your credit score. Now I personally do all my spending on a credit card, as I make sure to never overspend so that I can always pay it off every single month. Okay, so when choosing a travel credit card, there are a lot of options out there which offer very similar products, but the one I've chosen today is the Tandem 0.5% cashback credit card. So what's so good about Tandem is that there are no fees when spending abroad. So the Tandem spending works much like Starling, where you're basically getting the best exchange rate available at the time when you make a purchase. And on all spending, no matter if you're at home or abroad, you'll be getting 0.5% cash back. And it's also a credit card with 0 annual fees, which is something you're always going to want to look for. So what this means is, provided that you pay it off every single month in full, you're never going to have to pay a penny for having the card, and you're actually going to get 0.5% cash back for every purchase that you make. So you're essentially going to be making a little bit of money back. So to make sure that you pay it off every month, all you need to do is set up a direct debit, and that'll take out the money that you owe each month in full, so you never have to worry about paying it off. So as with most credit cards, they'll give you a credit limit based on your income and credit score, and for most people it should give you a credit limit that's sufficient to use when you're abroad. However, there is one thing you want to avoid doing with the Tandem credit card, and that's withdrawing cash at home or abroad. So it is possible to withdraw cash with the Tandem credit card, but you'll be charged interest for every day that it's not paid back. So just use this credit card for spending rather than cash withdrawals. And if you are likely to withdraw cash when you're away, I recommend getting a Starling account too. So the Tandem credit card runs mostly through its app, which is really easy to use and also gives you spending notifications as well. And it also gives you the option of freezing your card to stop it from working if you do lose it. Okay, so that's you covered for spending and withdrawing cash, and I think these 2 options are really great for most people when they're away, if you're on short or longer term trips, as there's no spending limits. But this final card is basically for people that want as little hassle as possible, and it's ideal if you don't have the same spending requirements when you're away. So the card that I'm talking about is Curve. So Curve's a pretty unique product which allows you to streamline your credit and debit cards into just the one card, and it's completely free to have an account. And much like the mobile banks out there, it runs entirely through the mobile app. So how it works is that you load up your credit and debit cards into your Curve app and simply use just your Curve card to make payments and withdraw cash. And all you need to do is select which account you want the money to come from in the app. Now one of the things that makes Curve really good for using when you're abroad is that it allows you to not have to carry as many cards around at once, as essentially you've got access to all your cards in the one Curve card. Now this is good because a lot of people don't like to carry their full wallet around when they're away, but it's also nice to still have access to those accounts if you do need them. So just like with Starling and Tandem, if you do unfortunately lose your Curve card, you can also just freeze it within the app to stop it from working if someone else has it. But the real benefit of using Curve when you're abroad is that you can spend up to the equivalent of £500 or withdraw the equivalent of £200 each month without getting charged any fees other than the going exchange rate at that time. Now that's quite a lot of money that you can withdraw and spend each month, which I think is great. However, if you do exceed these limits, you'll be charged a 2% fee. So the beauty of Curve, no matter what debit or credit card you have loaded up into your account, by using Curve as a third party, you'll be eliminating any of the fees that they normally charge when using it abroad. And it means you'll be getting Curve's fee-free rate for any of those cards that you do have loaded up. So it essentially turns any of your normal credit and debit cards into competitive travel cards. So I think this is the perfect option for the person that wants to make life as easy as possible and not have to sign up for a dedicated travel card, as essentially all you need to do is sign up for Curve and use all your existing accounts. So as I mentioned before, you'll be getting £500 of fee-free spending when you're away and £200 of cash withdrawals, which I think for a lot of people out there will be sufficient for some of their trips away. But there is a slight catch with Curve. When you're using it at weekends, you'll be getting Friday's rate plus between 0.5% and 1.5% fee added on top of that. So that's just something to bear in mind. If you're going away just for a weekend, it might not be the best option. Now, if you do want to know more about Curve, I've got a full review which I'll leave down in the description below for you to check out, where I go into it in a lot more detail. But there we have it, 3 great cards for using when you're away for slightly different scenarios. And now hopefully you'll be covered for all of your spending needs when you're away. If you did make it this far, thank you so much for watching. And if you did enjoy it or feel like you learned something new, I'd really appreciate it if you could drop a like on the video, as it really helps me out. And let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And like I said before, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell so you never miss a video. And as always, if you do have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Instagram and give me a follow, as I'm always happy to respond on there. I'll put it on the screen now and in the link down below. But that does it for today, guys. Take it easy and keep saving.